What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Deep Dives with Donnie D. I just want to thank you all for tuning in. So this episode is going to be called Trying Something Different. It's kind of attuned to what we're going through right now, trying something different with a new channel. This doesn't mean anything for Meet Me in the Basement. We're still going to be doing that, going strong. I just wanted to do this to have a little more of a personal channel, more about some stuff that's not just strictly combat sports, something a little more broad spectrum. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be last weekend. So I don't know if any of you guys know this about me, but on the weekends I come and stay in the lakes region with my dad. We like to go on the boat. So we're out on Lake Winnisquam, and we're out on his boat, and it's a decent sized boat. It's 16 foot. It's a speedboat. So we're having some fun. We're out there, and I grew up on lakes. I grew up on ponds and lakes. Cobbett's Pond. We live but near Canopy Lake in Salem. And, it's pretty calm. Even on the roughest of days, it's like, you never really see any real waves, Water will move around a bit, but up here, man, it is something different. Like, we're out there, and they're just, like, white-capping waves, like, whoosh, tossing the boat. It's funny, because we're going, and we'll hit, like, a wave, and it feels like you're just, like, slamming the boat into concrete. It's nuts. It's not anything like down in the southern area. It's crazy. These waters I've even seen on my dad's little radar on the dashboard of the boat. It'll be like 88 feet deep. It's just like, wow. Like, that's insane. It's like being on the ocean. It's really crazy. So we're out there, and we're cruising right along, and wind's blowing. I can barely hear my dad speaking, and we got the radio bumping. It's crazy. I'm like, dude, how fast are we going? We got to be hitting at least like 35, 40 at least. My dad looks at me and goes, bud, we're going 18 miles an hour right now. It throws off your whole perception of how fast you're going out there. It's so weird. But honestly, on that note, I promise you guys, you heard it here first. Within the next 20 years, you're going to start seeing speed limits on lakes. People are whipping around, tubing, and just like coming within 10, 15 feet of like pedestrians on tubes and little kids in the water. People are just not afraid, just ripping through, just getting right up on each other. And honestly, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing like buoys with flags, with traffic lanes on these lakes. It gets intense, especially with the sandbar. You got literally probably like 50 boats just anchored at the sandbar. Everybody's diving in, having a good time. It's actually pretty crazy. I saw out there, they have a food truck that's on pontoons that's serving food on the water. It's crazy. It's a food truck boat, and I've never seen anything like it. They got a house out there. There's a little raft-looking boat. It's got a tiny little motor on it, but they built a like shed-style one-story house on it. It's got like an AC sticking out the window, and kids are diving off the top of the house into the water. Pretty intense. It's pretty intense up here. But that being said, the lake's pretty busy. So me and my dad are out there probably about a good 2 hours. Starting to come in. We're approaching the marina where we keep our boat, or at least where we dock the boat. So there's a bunch of docks parallel to the shoreline, but then there's also one, or perpendicular, I'm sorry. Got my terminology mixed up. So docks are all perpendicular to the shoreline, but then parallel is where people pull up to get gas on the water. So like I said, busy lake. It's on a Saturday. We pull up. There's probably 3 or 4 other boats in line. Some are trying to dock, some are trying to get gas. And my dad, man, like, he just, like, doesn't quite take the gas off. And he just, like, slowly just keeps approaching the next boat in front of us who's going this way. Well, we're trying to dock and just getting closer and closer. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? They're all staring at us. And I'm just like, I don't know this guy. He kidnapped me. I'm on his boat. So eventually, guy pulls up, he gets his gas, we get past him. No issue there. But then we go to pull into the dock, and this guy is at a 45-degree angle coming into one of the docks. I'm like, what is he doing? And he's just still going forward, coming right at it. Boom, right into the side. Nothing hard, but kid standing on the dock like 10 feet back, and he's just like smacking into it with the front end of the boat. And the kid's even like, hey man, I need you on the other side too, so you're not even at the right dock. My dad, open water behind us. Instead of just pulling back and then going into the dock that the kid wants us at, the kid who works at the marina, he He tries to do some weird swooping parallel park movement. Does not work at all. Fucking backs up, bam, right into the other dock, smashes into that one. Oh my god. I couldn't even believe it. I was so embarrassed. But it is what it is. It runs in our family. If you know my grandfather, he was infamous for how bad he was at docking our boat back in the day. So I guess it runs in the bloodline, and I'm doomed to repeat the same future. But absolutely crazy. But anyways, we're on our way home. We have a 4-way intersection, and my dad again almost just goes right when someone else is going and goes right into them. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to start thinking about taking your license away, just busting his balls. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, first on the boat, now here. He's like, oh, dude, the boat, no big deal. I'm like, what do you mean no big deal? You had 2 docks. He goes, look, I saw the video on Facebook. This guy just swooped right in. I was trying something different. He says. I don't know what he was trying to do. Get the damage multiplier on Burnout 3, maybe. But I don't know. But yeah, so that was our weekend last weekend. This is the first episode of Deep Dives with Donnie D. I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, like and subscribe. More to come. Thanks, guys.